teaching me. I know we got to do this, but I ain't trying to be here all day.
Yeah, me either. We need a code word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the word?
Welcome back to another episode of We Need a Code Word with Aisha and Jess. I'm Aisha.
And I am Jess.
The code word for today is, ain't I a woman?
Now, you know, that's like 4 words.
I know, but it's the code word, okay? All right, so last month for Black History Month, we asked ChatGPT, not a sponsor, to give us some lesser known, quirky Black history facts about some of our faves. So for Women's History Month, we decided we were going to go back to our favorite AI girly, ChatGPT, for some quirky facts about some of our fave cultural workers and women architects.
Cultural architects. I just really quickly, I'm always thinking about like who makes a space feel good and who are the people behind the scenes that, you know, think about energy and vibe and beauty and connection. And so, yeah, like started to think about who are those women in history, who are those Black women in history.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode.
Yeah, so before we jump into the episode, let's check in.
Yeah, how you doing, boo?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. You know when you meet somebody and like it's work colleagues, but you feel like, oh, this is my cousin?
Yeah.
It was one of those meetings. So
Okay,
it was really,
dope.
yeah, it was really good. We recently went to see Mexodus.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an amazing production. It's a hip hop remix about the Underground Railroad that went south into Mexico.
To Mexico.
And they start out by, you know, saying out loud that this isn't a story that we learn. And so it's this beautiful live music, looping. I think they're like 20 instruments, and both of the artists play them, and they wrote this piece, Brian Kiwita and Nigel D. Robinson. Just an amazing piece of work.
Yeah, it was really dope. I was like hypnotized.
Yeah, I mean, we're also studying Spanish.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, about to, you know, practice some of this Duolingo.
Psych.
Yeah.
I think when he was like, agua, I was like, yes. And after that, it was like a rap. I was like, huh?
Yeah. So Mexodus, that was really good. And then, you know, we're based in Baltimore, and yesterday, was it yesterday? It was just yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
The Key Bridge catastrophe, and, you know, sitting in the wake of that and just seeing how the city is showing up. And I'm really inspired. And I you know, I'm also, my homework is to learn more about the organizations that support the communities that have been impacted, because I know they're working overtime. And I also just love how everybody is kind of rallying around the city, and like how we are not the stereotypes that people go to. Like you know, if I hear The Wire one more time, but I'm loving how people are, I'm not the only person like yelling and screaming about how, no, like we're more than that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, shout out to all the leaders that are making hard decisions and brave decisions in service of communities that have been directly impacted.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yep. So I would like to play something for you, for all of us.
Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model. Born in Babylon, both non-white and woman, what did I see to be except myself? I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come, celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed.
Ooh, that was Won't You Celebrate With Me by Lucille Clifton, and it was read by Lucille Clifton. And that poem has been a part of my soundtrack for a very long time, and it just means so much to me. I even have a Rayo and Honey pennant in my office that says Between Starshine and Clay, and I love when people know where that's from. And that poem, I think, describes the cohort of women that we want to celebrate, those born in Babylon, both non-white and woman. So just wanted to offer that up. All right, the first category is the civil rights movement, and I'm lifting up Georgia Gilmore. Okay, so when I think about the civil rights movement, I start wondering about, the people who were behind the scenes, who made the engines run, right? Like who, particularly with the Montgomery bus boycott. I mean, think about it. It was almost a year that people did not take public transportation to work.
Yeah, and it was like a massive amount of coordination and logistics. Yeah.
Yeah. And Georgia Gilmore formed a secret group known as the Club from Nowhere, where she organized Black women to cook without raising suspicions of their white employers, and then sold that food to raise funds for the Montgomery Improvement Association.
Can we just say that that's a dope name for a club?
I know.
A club from nowhere?
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Yeah. And the money they raised supported the transportation for our folks during the boycott.
Yeah.
So, like you get your chicken dinner and you helping out, the movement.
Yeah.
And the Club from Nowhere provided critical financial support, and also a sense of community and solidarity. And I want to know what was on the menu.
I know it was good.
I know. I want to know if they had like a certain person who made the potato salad. Like I would be interested in like how they organized all of the women to share that responsibility. And for so long, Gilmore, when I started learning more about her, her involvement started in 1955, right? At the beginning of all of this. And I also saw that when King arrived at Montgomery during the 1965 March from Selma, he beelined to Gilmore's kitchen for some pork chops. So everybody knew that, Georgia was Miss Gilmore. Yes, let me call her Miss Gilmore. That was where you went to get fed. So Miss Gilmore died on the 25th anniversary of the Civil Rights March from Selma. Apparently, she spent the morning preparing chicken and macaroni and cheese to feed people marching in observation. And her family served that food to those who came to mourn her.
Oh,
how amazing is that?
Wow.
Ugh.
Dang. I bet you Miss Georgia, that she could
Gigi
that Gigi could whip up a mean box of that, that shoebox fried chicken with a slice of pound cake, that 7-Up pound cake. Hold the coleslaw, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's dope. And a great segue to our next category, which is Renaissance, not as in Beyonce, but we are going to lift up Augusta Savage, who was born Augusta Christine Fells on February 29th, 1892 in Florida. Yeah, a leap year.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here in Baltimore, we have a high school that's named after her. It's called the Augusta Fells Savage Institute for Visual Arts. And she initially took up sculptures and playing in the clay when she was 2 years old. And by the time she started high school, like her talent was undeniable. Like the teachers asked her to teach clay modeling lessons during her senior year in high school, and the principal even paid her like $1 a day for her work, right? But that last name, Savage, right? She got that name from her second husband. She was married 3 times, and her second husband, Mr. Savage, she decided to take his name and not give it back.
Ooh.
Even after divorcing him and marrying for a 3rd time, now that's savage, right? Classy, bougie, maybe a little ratchet. Right? So Augusta Savage, she was a key figure of the Harlem Renaissance. She was not only a talented sculptor, but she was also a community leader and educator. She was commissioned to make the sculptures of W.E.B. Du Bois and Marcus Garvey. And although much of her work was not preserved, she mentored an entire generation of emerging Black artists through her school, and her impact can still be felt today.
Yes. And there's an amazing, beautiful short film that recently came out called Searching for Augusta Savage on MPT
or Maryland Public Television,
or wherever you get public television. That was narrated and stars Dr. Jeffrey Hayes, who is an amazing curator and has become like a preeminent scholar on Augusta Savage. She calls her godmother, her art godmother.
Wow.
It's just a beautiful what would I call it?
Tribute.
Yes, thank you. Beautiful tribute to her life, and you get to learn more about her and also the ways the arts have treated Black women artists. Beautiful film. We'll make sure that the link is in the show notes. Okay, our next category is hip hop. Okay, I did a little collaboration with ChatGPT, and I'm a bust a rhyme. Okay. For the pioneer Cindy Campbell, let's give a clap. She's the queen of the scene. No need for a map. From the heart of the Bronx where the culture was tapped.
Yeah.
She threw a party that made the whole world rap. With music and soul, she laid down the track. From hip hop to grow, no turning back. A back to school jam where the beats just slapped. Cindy's vision hustle truly unmatched. Not in her brother's Herc shadow, she made her own stamp. A catalyst for change. She lit the map for voices unheard. She built the ramp. Cindy Campbell, a legend, a champ.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cindy Campbell, essentially was like a school age girl who was looking for some extra money to get clothes for back to school so she could be fly.
Yeah.
And she decided she was going to throw a party. And so she started to work on her budget to make this party happen. And she realized that she needed to charge people to come and in order to get this money for her clothes. And she needed some talent. So she asked her brother, DJ Kool Herc, he was the cheapest around, to come and do his thing. And he did. And this was in 1973. And her back to school jam is widely considered the birth of hip hop.
Dang.
And I just think that's so amazing.
Yeah, that
right?
is dope, man. And it sounds like very Jamaican.
Yeah.
I say.
You can't say. But beyond this monumental contribution, Cindy has quite an eclectic background. So before stepping into the limelight as the first lady and mother of hip hop, she has an impressive background in the fashion industry. She was a model. She worked with top designers. But I want to just take a step back. I could imagine it could be a challenge to step into that role, right? To say, yeah, it was my party that started this thing. But I'm glad that she did, and I'm glad that her story is being told. Cindy continues to share her insights on hip hop history through lectures and community engagements.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Well, you said it was the last category, but I got one more. Honorable mention to all the neighborhood candy ladies. Can we give it up for the candy ladies? Just about every Black neighborhood had one. This person is often an older woman who sold homemade or store-bought candy and snacks and sometimes other small items from her home. And this business enterprise served the local children and acted as like a community gathering point, allowing the children to foster relationships within the neighborhood. The Candy Lady's home was known for being safe and a welcoming place where children could buy treats at low prices, right? And this over the Christmas holiday, when we went back to Jamaica and we visited the neighborhood where my grandmother used to live back in Kingston, I was so pleased to see that the local candy shop was still there, and like people were still like pouring out of it. I was like, yes.
See, why didn't we go over there and get some candy?
We ain't need no candy.
Bry's Clyde bumper.
Hey.
Well, that's all for our ChatGPT, not a sponsor, ChatGPT facts. And, this was just another chance for us to learn a little bit more about some people we may have known about or did not know about, and their fuller humanity.
All right, let's jump into a palate cleanser. Pulling a card from our No Wrong Answers deck. So the question is, what's the weirdest snack you would make yourself if you were home alone? Be honest.
I can't think of a weird snack. I mean, I guess it would be like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't really eat them a lot. And it would be like nostalgic, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for me, I would make popcorn with like the little some curry powder in it, and that little I think it's called tajin or whatever that spice, that red spices that you get at the taco spot. I would make popcorn with those spices, because anytime I make it and y'all are home, I gotta share. And if I'm home alone, I want to eat it by myself.
Well, sometimes you be heavy-handed on the curry.
Well, I'm Jamaican. What you expect?
Yeah, I mean, you've even had a coughing spell or two.
But it was good to me, though. It was good to me.
There you go. I wish I had a weird. I probably do. I mean, I know when I get the munchies, like I love sweet and savory together, so it would be something that's sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can I just say that I am devastated that the Mega Millions hit for $1.13 billion. And
did they show the person who won?
Nah, they didn't show the person, but it was somebody in New Jersey. Like, it's like not to hate on our people in New Jersey, but dang, it's like, when was the last time that a big jackpot hit in Maryland? Like, it's usually
it wasn't that long ago. Remember, it was you pay way more attention to the lottery than
Yes,
I do. I recall there was somebody in Columbia, because I think we went to that same gas station to try to like
that hit like one of the big ones, not like a 100,000.
You would know better than me.
I'm talking about like one of them crazy big ones, like the 1.1 billion.
Did you finish watching the movie on Netflix about the guy who the lottery ticket movie?
Oh snap! No,
It's wild.
So there's this show on Netflix called, what is it? Your Lucky Day or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all! It is wild. It is wild.
Had me making like hooping and hollering at the screen. Anyway, it involved a Mega Millions lottery ticket, and the winner at a bodega, and all the things that ensued after him declaring that he won.
Yeah, but
yeah, back to you.
So let's play a little. Like if you would have played the Mega Millions,
yes,
and hit, what would you what would you have done? Like, would you number one, like, what's the first thing you would do after you realize that you hit?
Yeah, I would laugh hysterically, like, whoa, is she okay? And I would, thank God, and I would pack up. I would go somewhere to clear my head and think about what's next.
Wait, you gonna tell me?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, we would go away. You would take off work. I would make sure my projects were in hands of people who could take care of them. And I would just start thinking about who, like, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm like strategy. I'm like, who are the people, the immediate people, then the next line of folks, and then so on and so forth that need to know. I would look for a lawyer.
Wait, would you stay with me?
Yes. Why would you even?
Cause get out of here. You're like a billionaire now. Cause I'm like,
we in this. What was the thing? You F with me, you stuck with me? Yeah. Come on now. What are you talking about?
So are you taking the lump sum, or you taking you taking a lump sum?
Because I don't want to be like annuity. It's kind of like, you gotta come around like, hey, big head, can I get my payment? No, give me all my money.
But see, with the
okay, you're a financial person, so go ahead.
So with the lump sum, you only get like half. So instead of like 1.1 billion, you would get like 500 and something million, right?
Yeah.
But if you would have taken the annuity, they would pay you out the whole billy over like X number of years or whatever.
I don't want to be tethered to an institution like that. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my money and then leave me alone. And we'll make interest off of that money. But yeah, I would go away with you to clear my head, find some legal counsel, and map out a plan.
Yeah.
And when people start getting gifts and all this stuff,
get some cousins that come out of nowhere. Hey, cousin.
I don't know if I would tell anybody. I would just be dressing better. I would just always be on trips and like dressing better and like, just hydrated.
Skin, like shining.
Right. Like, oh, you look, what's going on, girl? Hey, I'm blessed. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. So many arts projects and billboards and so many things I would do. Just,
Yeah. And I would make sure, the family's straight, right?
Oh, yeah,
like set up like, a little fund where, the money's invested and and everybody get like a check. Like once a year, come get your check, right? But don't be asking me for nothing, right?
After that check.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got a business idea all of a sudden.
Yeah, nah. You better save up them checks.
So how about you?
What would I do with I mean, similar to you. I might have passed out. I might like.
You
I don't
would
know if I
totally
would like.
pass out.
I don't know if I would like.
Oh
just
my
start
God.
laughing.
Aisha, you would just power down. I see it. I know you. You wouldn't even tell me you won. You would just literally like power down.
I would just like walking in circles for a little bit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think, similar to you. But the wild thing is I would still need, because we're so young, I would
Yeah.
still need
A job.
well
To work.
some way to still contribute to society and things like that. Like I couldn't just be vacationing for the rest of my life. Like that would be boring. Yeah, I would still need to contribute to society. So
But not like an obnoxious like philanthropist.
nah.
Not that all philanthropists are not obnoxious, but you know the ones. Parachute in to a thing and wanna.
Nah, definitely not that. All right. So I think it's time to land the plane.
Yeah, I think we are wrapping up our time with you. Take good care. And what else, Aisha?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow us on IG. Stream the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We're still learning. Thank you for being on this journey with us, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.